Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial where we'll be showing you how to create and sell online courses with LearnWorlds. So we have the link to LearnWorlds in the description so you can give it a try and start your course creation journey at the end of this video. So let's assume you're already here on the learnworlds.com website. You're going to be going over to the top right corner to click on Start Free Trial, or you can click it right here. So we're assuming this is your first time. We're going to be using Sign Up with Google as this makes things easier. Go ahead and choose your Google account, click and continue to confirm. And then on this page, we'll need to fill in information such as your school name and select a domain for your school. So we're going to put in this information. So we have the name of the school, Knowing Stuff, and as you write it, you're also going to have it as part of your domain. So you can see Knowing Stuff is the school name, and you can see knowingstuff.learnworlds.com. So go ahead and click and continue. And on this page, you will be picking a template for your school. So there are different templates right here, and you'll just need to go ahead and make a choice that resonates with you, right? So we're going to go ahead and choose this one right here, select and continue. And then here it says share your experience. And this is the third step, and you'll need to answer 5 questions about your background, such as what your main objective with LearnWorlds is. So of course you can make your choice here. You have sell courses to individuals, sell courses to businesses, training or onboarding employees, educating customers, providing free training, and just looking around. So we're going to say sell courses to individuals. And here you can see, do you have experience with online training? You could say you're just getting started, as this is targeted towards beginners. And of course, if you have some experience, this is also for you. You could choose if you're teaching online but don't use a course platform. Any of these options based on your preference. So we're going to be choosing, I'm just getting started. Then you're going to select your role. You can say content creator or e-learning agency, educator or academic. You could choose educator. Then here you can choose how many people work in your organization. You could choose just you or the number that applies. We're going to say just me. And then you have what topic area do your courses focus on. So when we click on it, it's actually a drop down. We're going to be choosing any. You can see my business is most relevant to creative art and media. So we're going to go ahead and say finish. And here you can see you're all set. If you need any help, of course, you could book a call. We're going to go ahead and click explore by yourself. Great. So you can see here, Knowing Stuff is the name of our school, and that's what we had initially. And right here, you can see create course. If you scroll down on the main side of the page, you can see let's begin your journey to success, Knowing Stuff, right? And here is your first option to create your first course, customize your school's website, set up your payment gateway, and integrate your business. So these are the main aspects of creating your course in order to sell online. Of course, you'll need to create content, and that's why this is the first step. And then, of course, you get to customize your website, set up a payment gateway so you can get paid, and integrate your business, of course. So whether you're clicking on create course here or here, it's basically the same thing. Then, of course, you have your website, which you could edit right here, but we're going to click on create course. So here is the course name, and you're going to put the name of the course and how you'd like to describe the content, upload a cover image, right? So as you can see right here, we have the name of our course, Introduction to Art, just something to start with. And how would you describe your content? This is optional, of course, but we just wrote an introductory stage to your journey in art, and then you want to have your cover image. As you can see, whatever we wrote down here is going to be showing here. And this is just to give you a preview of what your course will look like at a first glance to potential students, right? And here is where your image will be. You'll need your image so your course will be aesthetically pleasing and attractive for others to buy into, right? So we're going to click on the pencil icon here. And you have a freedom of choosing where you'd like to get your image from, right? You could upload from your device, from a web-based gallery, from Unsplash, use your camera, Dropbox external link, or your site template, right? So this is really up to you, but we're going to be dragging and dropping an image right here. So we'll be doing just that. You can see our first image there. We're going to click on upload one file. So we have this image, and of course you could crop it if you want to. We're just going to leave it. And then of course we have the title of image. You can see the size and then click on insert image. Great. So we have our picture. introduction to art, and introductory message, right? Something to describe the content. And it's shaping up at this point. So let's go ahead and click on continue. And right here on this page, you can see create your course URL. So this is a URL that you can use to share on your social platforms and for ads in order for prospective students to get to your site. So of course it has some rules right here. We have something written already, introduction to art. We can click on continue. And here you can see select course access. This is a draft. The course will be in authoring mode, not published or visible. But since we want to create and sell an online course, we're going to choose paid. Then here you can see the price, of course. We're going to click on continue. And here you can see the price which you can input. So we just put $25 and you can see the price right here, right? But if we want to add a discounted price, if applicable, you can go ahead and try this. Put 20 and you can see it's 25, but now it's 20, right? So we could go ahead and say finish if we want to do that. The next thing you'll need to focus on is the course outline. And here you can see craft the content of your online course. So you have different options. You can start building from scratch, start building with AI, upload your files, or import and synchronize, right? So these are options which you might choose depending on what's available to you or your preference. So let's go ahead and say we have files that we'd like to upload, and we're going to be choosing upload your files, and we'll be dropping files right here. So we're going to be dragging and dropping some files. We have 5 files here, going to drop it. And you can see lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can click on upload. And here you can see the status currently at 2%. We'll just wait for it to get to 100. And after uploading, you can see it has a message for you. We are converting your files into learning activities. This might take a while, so we're going to be waiting for this to happen. Now, of course, you may choose to wait, or you can go to other parts of the page, because you can see right here, you can leave this page now and we'll notify you once your course is ready. You can leave it all together or go to other parts of the website. So whether you refreshed this website to get to the home dashboard, or you waited for the course to complete its creation and you find yourself right here, you can see initially we had the first step, create your first course, and now it's ticked on. We could click on the drop down and you can see course manager to view the course. Now you can see introduction to art, an introductory stage to your journey in arts, and you can see the price and the price slash. And this is why we have special offer at the top area right here. Currently there are 0 learners because we just created our course, and when we click on it, you can see that it's currently an unnamed section, right? But you can also see lesson 1 to 5, and this is what we uploaded at first. We can click on the unnamed section, give it a name. We could call this stage 1, right? Just call it stage 1. And provide a description of this stage to give an overview of what is expected to be learned in stage 1, right? Of course, you could keep it as a draft, and of course, keep it under the paid section. Click on save, and you can see stage 1. Now, in some cases, if you have several stages, for example, this is stage 1, you could have more sections, call it stage 2, stage 3, etc. You could decide to leave the first 5 lessons to be free, to give others a taste of what is to come. So when we click on it, you can decide to make this section actually free to help them get a taste of what is to come. Now, of course, there are other customization options right here. You could edit the video, but let's assume you've done the editing and there is nothing more to add to that. You can go over to settings, have a preview, and there are other options right here, such as deleting it, pasting learning activities, copy the learning activity, or uploading an activity file to this lesson. When we click on settings, you can see edit interactive video, course player details, lesson 1, video description. You might want to change this up. The icon is play. You could leave it right there, or you could change the play icon to something else, right? That's pretty much up to you. Choose a video file, and you can see it's lesson 1. We're not changing anything. And then here you have digital downloads. Now, in some cases for online learning courses, some digital downloadable materials can be added to lessons. For example, if you want them to have some activities or some other gifts or bonuses to spice up the learning phase of things. So you could add a digital digital download. And you can see that you could use this to offer your students a companion file along with your content. Learn activity background image. You could also change this up and put a password protect access to this learning activity, right? If you want to do that. And of course, there is a competition rule. You could set rules for your learners, right? You can click on save. And this is how we can create our course. Then when we go over to the left side panel, you can see course page layout, right? You can see art. This is a template we used before, and you can see duration, learners. This is basically a template. So we can click on edit course layout. And here it's basically a drag and drop feature website editor where you can make some nice additions to your site, right? So this is basically everything you might want to do. You can of course live this because this is what you wanted at the beginning. You can see enroll for $20, which is a price slash from $25. And then of course you may want to decide to change the picture right here. So this is really up to you if you want to do that. And you could decide to view it in different formats, whether it's phone landscape, phone portrait. If we click on phone portrait, you can see how it looks like, right? You can see introduction to art. You can see the image. You can see the duration. You want to edit this because the duration of the course might not be up to 18 hours. It could be more. Then you have learners. This is something you want to show. Maybe these are learners, not just from LearnWorlds, but from other platforms, right? You could put it right there, put the number of videos, exams, etc. What is included. You can also put this right here. And all this are editable elements of your course page, right? So this is how LearnWorlds helps you to get your course out there. And you need to make this look attractive so others can buy into it, right? So when you're done, you could have a preview. Click at the top right corner right here. You can see preview, and it's asking us if we want to save changes before leaving. You could say yes, save changes. And this is what it's going to look like, right? You can see enroll. So when you share the link to your course, this is what they will see. And when they click on enroll, they'll need to provide some details right here. In order to go back, you can look for the pencil icon right here, click on manage your courses, and it's taken us back to our course manager. Now, when we click on the home button to take us back to the dashboard, we can see how we could easily customize our website by looking over there. But of course, you could do some more customizations on your website to make it your standard. And here you have set up your payment gateway. Now, this is important if you want to accept payments from others. So you can accept payments by integrating your online business with Stripe, PayPal, or Shopify. So you'll need to have an account with any of these options. So you can click on set up payment method. And there are other options right here. You have Sandbox, you have Stripe, PayPal, and Shopify, along with the Page Seguro, right? So if we click on PayPal, you'll need to actually be on a plan here on LearnWorlds in order to be able to add a payment method. So this is really up to you. You have the starter, the pro trainer, the learning center, and a high volume corporate. Now the prices are on a yearly basis, but if you want to switch it up to monthly, you'll need to pay more. So paying on the yearly, you get to save some of your buck. All right, so we're going to go back, and that's what you need to know if you want to add a payment gateway. Now, this is an integral part of creating and selling your online course. So let's assume you've been able to set up your payment gateway. You could, of course, choose to integrate it with your business. So you could do just that. So at this point, we've been able to show you how you can create your first course, how you can customize your website by making some customizations to it, setting up your payment gateway, and we mentioned that you'll need to be on a plan in order to set up a payment gateway. Then you can go over to your courses. You can see your different courses right here. And at the top right area, you can see the three dots there. You can click on copy course URL, and you can see it's copied. And when we open a new tab and paste it there, assuming we're sending this link to another person, it's going to look like this, right? Where they can click on enroll, and they'll need to put their payment details and buy the course. So we hope you found this helpful on creating and selling your online course. Don't forget to check the link to LearnWorlds so you can start up your course creation journey and make a profit from your knowledge. Let us know if you found this helpful, and thanks for watching.